what were you guys doing at that point when we met you? Because I remember you guys were kind of just kicking around ideas, but were you doing cookbooks or something, or what were you doing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that trip, the Philippines, where we met, was game changer for us. It completely opened our eyes to the opportunity that was available to us, because at that stage we had a pretty big community as we just built it up from blogging and social media, but we weren't doing really anything. Like, we didn't even understand what a sales funnel was. We didn't know that we were content marketing. Like, we didn't know anything.
I mean, it was pretty funny. We were listening to these amazing speakers and on content marketing, for example, and we were like, oh my gosh, like, we do this, we just don't have a product that we're marketing. We're just marketing our ideas. So it was really eye-opening and kind of like, oh wow, like now we have like the knowledge that we were missing to go to the next step. So it completely shifted our whole direction of like the business. It became a business, and it completely changed our whole lives.
Yeah, because at that stage we had published an ebook, so a recipe ebook, but that was pretty much it. Like, we hadn't done anything else, and then after that it was just like trying everything.
Yeah. And Jocelyn, you all talked a lot, like you all were doing a lot of Instagram and stuff. Is that what you all were doing? And then you went into more like video, and like, did you go down that cookbook route more, or did you, because we'll get to what you're doing now, but like what was the transformative product change when you went home?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, we actually had a conversation with Jocelyn, like on the boat watching the sunset, and she was like, y'all need to do video. And we were like we don't do that.
And now that's all you do. That's all you do is video now.
Yeah. So like, thanks, Jocelyn. Like, it's like she had a premonition or something. So from the Philippines, we had our ebooks, and then we did some more ebooks, and then we started doing challenges, like programs, 4-week programs that revolved around recipes and also like healthy mindset around food and the way that we live our lives. We started a podcast, and we just, tried to do like everything and anything. We built an app with Jared, who also a mutual friend. And I mean, what else did we do? I feel like we threw a lot of spaghetti at walls.
I mean, we just tried. And I guess we kind of like the challenge.
We started a membership.
We did start a membership.
We closed a membership.
We started a membership, but it was
started one, failed, closed.
Yeah.
I didn't do that one.
And the thing is that we realized that it was the content and the food stuff, the recipes, the thing we were all about. We lost interest in it. We lost the magic. And that was the thing. It was like nothing was ever going to work because we lost our passion for healthy recipes. Like, we like to eat them, but we just got over cooking them. And that was our core product. That was what we were promoting and marketing. And we still love it, but we couldn't promote something that we weren't mega proud of.
Oh, for sure. That happens, I mean, people, you got to go through iteration. So everybody wants to hit a home run right out of the gate. And I don't think I know anyone who truly has like what we would consider like a mega membership, like 1,000+ members, like killing it. Like, I don't think anyone's ever got there the first try or the first attempt, even our first memberships were not anywhere near what we're doing now. Like, it's not even the same thing. It's that event was crazy because like Jocelyn and I had been killing it for about 2 years when we got there. Right. But we were selling like one-off 1-year products basically, or we were marketing products every month. Like, so we would have like September lesson plans for teachers, but then we would turn around and be like, okay, now you want October, and we would resell them again. And okay, what about this? And like once a year we would do like get the whole year for one price. And I remember I got to the Philippines, and we were looking for some transformational stuff, and we wanted to meet some cool people. And Chris Ducker was like, "You got to meet James Schramko. You got to meet James Schramko. Like, you guys will be like, you guys will get along. Trust me. You got to meet James Schramko." And I met James, and I talked to him, and I showed him what we were doing, and he goes, "That's silly. You have a membership." I go, "What?" And he goes, "That's silly the way you're doing that." He goes, "It's a membership. You're just selling it every month. Why not just put them on recurring?" And I went, "Oh yeah, that's true." And like, we have kind of been thinking about that. And I actually had flew over from the United States to the Philippines with with a book called The Membership Economy. from Robbie Baxter. And I flew over and I had read that book kind of on the way there and didn't really get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when he said that, it just was like, oh yeah, what am I talking about? I've been running a membership for 2 years. I'm just doing it the really hard way, you know?
Just sell every month.
Yeah, and the stressful way. Oh,
I know. I was leaving launch to launch every 30 days. And it was like,
oh my gosh.
Yes.
We feel you. I mean, like, that's why we were doing these challenges.
Yeah.
And when we moved from the food, we did that pretty much the same model with yoga and Pilates.
Yeah.
We were doing 4-week programs / challenges. And it was like this emotional roller coaster. I mean, for us 2 sisters, it was like we would have the biggest fights before every launch. We'd be freaking out. There'd be tears. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was like
every time we launched, it was like, are we going to fail? Like, it was like that whole like, oh
this
my gosh.
is the month that nobody buys. You know, like Jocelyn and I, we had a joke. We would every month. I'd be like, right before we would send out like the first email of the launch for that month. You know what I'm saying? I'd look over and I go, better get your resume ready. We're going back to school. We're going back to work. Right. You know, like and it never really happened, but like the stress definitely. Like I don't know why people do it to themselves other than the high. I think some people get addicted to the high and they can't accept the steady march growth of a membership site. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, it's such a big transition as well. Like, going from that launch model of that high and that like, oh my God, we got this many people and this much came in this month and blah, blah, blah. But then that whole crash and that like, what are we going to do next? And now we have to build another thing. And then, it doesn't last very long, that high. So the transition of when you move to a membership, you're like, is this okay? Like, am I okay that I'm not stressed? Like, I feel a bit weird.
Am I okay that I just woke up today and I already made money and I don't have to worry about it? I mean,
I feel like sometimes I like recreate the stress, like just because I miss it. I'm like, all right, like make something go wrong for me.
Oh my gosh. And I think, that's not even an entrepreneur problem. That's like the society we live in problem where we're kind of addicted to that stressed out feeling, that busyness.
Yes.
Whereas I'm really quite good at the not being busy.
Yeah, I have to work on that. I'm
like, just chill out. Everyone relax. So this is why we're a good partnership, because I can help her when she's like mega stressing out. I'm like, why? Yes. You don't need to stress.
Well, the good thing about a membership too, though, is like, and I think this is where like beginner membership owners don't really get it, because it's just like, you're just trying to grow your membership. You're trying to build your community. You're trying to, let churn settle in so you can predict your numbers, and you kind of know like where you fit in the sales process. But then like, there's all kinds of crazy things that you can do. Like if you want the high, like you can get the high. Like we had someone in February, one of our clients, she wanted a big hit because she wanted to make some investments. And we were like, yeah, just do a big lifetime offer in February. She does 60 grand in a month, like off of this one offer, you know what I mean? And I'm like, there's your high. You can still do that. You can have a Black Friday sale for annuals and still get the high. But the cool part is it's the floor that never comes out from under you. The ceiling's as high as you want, but you're going to make this much money. So there's less risk in the high,
So true. Yeah. You lose that feeling of like the rug is going to get pulled out from under you, which like is such a common feeling when you are like so reliant on that launch thing, and then even coming up with the next idea and the next idea. It feels so good to have your core idea, and then you can build content all around that, and then you just feel like all of the ideas are limitless because you're so, I guess, focused on this one core product, instead of, for us before, it was like this and that and shiny things and all of this stuff.
And I think it really helps you create and cultivate relationships with your clients or your people or your members. I mean, that's one of the best things about a membership, is that you create these long-term, they don't even feel online. Like, yes, it's an online membership, but it's like, man, like we have friends all over the world.
And it feels like friendships as well.
Like, and you genuinely are so excited when you hear about their progress or whatever they're working on, or their enjoyment from a Pilates class. It's like, oh, like I love you all.
I know, right?
It's just the best feeling ever.
It's like the way we teach it is, you can have a subscription. And I think that's where most people try a membership. And when they fail, they create a subscription. Like you subscribe, like you get the content, and you know, maybe they get a bone thrown at them for something every once in a while, or there's a random Facebook group that doesn't really do anything and nobody's really active in it. But like a membership is a community. Like that's the difference. Like the people who do your thing are like, they follow you and they do it the Mary Maker Sister way, and they're like in the culture, right? Like, and there's a culture to it, and that's really where the magic in a membership happens. That's when you can do live events and you can do big launches that, you know, for a lifetime membership, or you can do some next level retreat, or, you know, whatever. Like all that happens because people build like a cult following around you, right? And that's why you don't have to worry about going broke, right? Because when you have a membership and you have a community, you know they're not going to quit. People aren't, they're not even going to, it's not that they don't want to leave you. They don't want to leave their friends that they're meeting in the community and stuff like that. You know?
It's so true. And it just feels nice. Like it doesn't feel online. Like it feels like we're even more deeply connected with these people than I could have ever been, because I get to see them every day.
Right.
Like in the group.
I get awkward calling our people our clients. Like
that.
Yeah, like
that sounded so weird.
I know, right? Like it's so, like you kind of have to for, you know, podcast speak or whatever. But I feel really awkward calling people clients or even students. Because it's like I always picture myself like sitting at a giant round table with hundreds of people at it. And I'm just at this table, and I happen to kind of be in charge of turning the lights on and off every day. Right. But I don't feel like, I never feel like people are my clients. Like they feel like my friends who I'm helping, even if they're paying me. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you have a special name, right, for them? We call ours Mary Bods. Like all like
Mary Bods, I'm Mary Bods.
We call our live event, we call it the Flip Your Life Family Reunion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Family.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like it's just like there's this thing.
That.
It's just so different.
But I think it's really a beautiful thing because you stop seeing them as clients and you see them as your friends and your family. But then it's also like, oh wait, but like my product is really amazing and I'm helping them.
Exactly.
And I mean that's a whole other like that's another topic altogether about selling and how you like, I know we have gone through it so many times about feeling bad for selling, but it's like literally you walk outside, you get online and you're getting marketed by whatever big company, which might not even have like genuine values, which most likely might not, the big companies. And it's like, well, why should we feel bad for selling? Like, this is like an amazing opportunity that we all have at the internet where we can actually sell, where we don't have to be this big company. We can be small fish in a big ocean and still make a difference. It's an amazing time.